This is a little making of blooper reel type stuff from Uprising, the short monster movie I made with the help of some other YouTubers. Let's just get right into it. Here I put together beach balls that I bought from Oriental Trading for like 40 bucks. I bought like 4 dozen different sizes. Then I used super glue, put them together. I hang it here, it's easier to spray paint that way. See, there's one already with the base coat. It looks a lot better already, right? Just with the base coat. And then I'll add brown, some black, some spots of different colors. It was good and bad using the beach balls because they had the right shape and, you know, easy to work with. But they kept popping and it was so hot that the heat was like killing them. It was like the days we chose to film was like really hot, and like every other day it was raining. But we had to stuff them with newspaper a few times. Like when the beach ball would pop, we'd have to cut them open and fill it up with newspaper and then reseal it. But you really couldn't notice that in the film. Let me list the budget stuff now. Budget for this movie, but you can make your own creature, maybe from stuff around the house, so it won't even cost you anything to make a monster. You might be lucky enough to have some kind of, you know, cool stuff laying around, so you don't have to spend any money. I didn't have this material, so I had to go buy it, you know. Don't move, because this thing's gonna spray. Now you keep your eyes open. Tell me if you see it spraying. You can look. Just look down. Tell me if it comes out. It came out?
Yes, Doug. I have it all over me. Ew, it stinks and stuff. To do, you know, I know you've seen that in other movies like Mothra, even that The Mist, which was a good movie. They used that too, like the flying, you know, projectile spit coming out of the creatures. But I don't know what else could I have done really. You know, we couldn't make it gory because then, you know, it gets flagged and taken down and all this. So I don't know. It kind of worked for the film, I thought. You know, a big part of the fun in filmmaking is when you get other people involved in your idea. And I contacted the defending champ and Hate You All 66 about around the same time. And I asked them if they would be interested in being in the film. Because since the film was going to be on YouTube, I figured let me use YouTubers. Instead of like, you know, when you see a regular movie, they usually show like news clips and stuff like of whatever's happening, you know, the horror that's happening. And they were very excited to be part of it, and I gotta say, they did an awesome job, and I'm very happy. Another thing I want to say about the song, Behind These Walls, that was written by Wayne Reed and sung by Steve Turbo Thompson. But I think that song really elevated the film, you know what I'm saying? Because the film was low budget, no doubt. But that song was a high quality production, and when you put a great song, I mean, you see videos on YouTube all the time. The video could be a piece of junk, but you put a quality song with it, and somehow the video makes sense, and you know, it all comes together, you know. And it was funny, one more side note to Steve Turbo Thompson. I'm a big, heavy metal fan. And I came across him, had to be like a year and a couple of months ago probably, by accident, because I was looking for a King Diamond song called Behind These Walls. And still to this day, I don't think there's a good version of that anywhere on YouTube. But anyway, I saw this, Behind These Walls, Steve Turbo Thompson. Matter of fact, you can see I even made a comment on it. Because this is a great song. I really fell in love with that song. And then when I was coming up for the idea for the movie and, working out different scenarios, I thought of that song, I said, wow, I wonder if he'll want a song in there. So I asked him, and he was more than happy, man. He's a good guy. Yeah, a lot of people ask me why I used the old age film effect. Watch these clips and I think you'll understand why. I mean, because you can see the string very obviously in a lot of shots. The shots I used in the film were the best ones of the bunch, I thought. But these was the string was too obvious. The worms were popping. People were standing where they shouldn't have been in the shot, you know what I mean? The worms were crooked. The dog wasn't cooperating. Like, I wanted the dog to run across the street. It was walking across the street. Stuff like that. So for my birthday, my girlfriend bought me this. It's the M Audio Key Studio. You hook it right into your computer and you can make music. That soundtrack for Uprising took me, no exaggeration, a half an hour. And you can see it's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. But I recommend this to anybody that makes films and like you don't have access to a band and you're pretty much doing everything yourself. Look into it. You can get these for like 80, 90 bucks, brand new, you know? Yeah, I gotta say, of all the films I made on YouTube so far, this was by far my funnest project that I've had, you know? You feel like you're working on a real film, even though it's, you know, obviously not. But it just, you know, everything comes together and it's real fun to watch. And I want to thank everybody that helped me.